the pod. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Worst Take Podcast, episode 75, right? 75?
Is it 75 or 76?
Or is it 76? I think it's 76.
Fuck. Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out later. It's either 75 or 76. I'm your host, Jay Riddle. We got my boy Marcus Yells Anime in the building. King Kaisen Explains is all the way on the other side with the lopsided do-rag. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Now I got short hair, I'm gonna be killing you in the Dewey game.
I hope so.
Just letting you know. I was say I don't got no choice. Marcus, you weren't on, but I told him. I don't remember last week. I was like, dang, should I go do rag or not? Since my hair is still like coming together after having locks, cause I got my parts still with like pop or whatever. But like it was fine when we first started. Mark Kim was like, you should wear your do rag. I was like, nah, I'm good. I watched the pod back and like I wish we had like a fast time lapse because like over like the hour and a half, you see like my hair slowly slide over and it's just like by the end of the pod, you see like almost the full part. I'm like, damn, I was looking crazy last episode. Nobody said nothing. I'm like, I should listen to Ken. That's the only time I'm gonna say that for this month. So Ken was right. He was right, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's fair.
I ain't gonna write to you. And y'all know it's gonna be a good pod episode because Ken came out the gate with a fire ass topic. Again, all our fans, I feel like people have been watching us for last year know. I mean, look, Ken, we love Ken. We love Ken to death. But he don't be doing shit in our pre-pod meetings. Last few months though, he's been locked in. I'll give him that. Usually he'll just pull up to the pre-pod, look pretty or whatever, and then once we turn the mics on, once we start recording, he'll lock in type shit. But he'll
give us like a little moment where he's like a one and done type of deal. Literally. He gives us one good topic and then he's like, all right, I'm good, bro. I did my job.
Consistent. If I had to give February awards, I'd say Ken is he's most improved Potter of the month.
Most improved Potter. All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Hell yeah! What up, everybody? What up? So, dang, one of these weeks we're not going to start with JJK, but we had some unfortunate news yesterday. Break. JJK season 3 has lost our cherished, our prize director Gosso. I guess allegedly the reports are saying that his contract ended and he won't be returning for part 2 of season 3. Now, of course, Marcus has a master's in marketing. I worked in marketing and PR for like 5 years, and Ken is just genuinely smart about things he shouldn't be. That's bullshit, all of us, right? Like none of us are dumb. Like we're not like that's like good PR for like, okay, it's moderately amicable. So, this is what we'll say for when people ask, but come on now. His contract ended mid-season. Mind you, just for a little bit of context, and I'll let you go. He has storyboarded every single episode. Most directors don't storyboard every single episode. He storyboarded all whatever 6, 7, or all. It's going to be 12 or 13 episodes of part 1, and like 90% of season 2's, which was 24 or 25 episodes. You feel me? So he's been extremely hands-on, like with the direction JJK is going in. So for him to like bow out in the middle of season 2 or season 3, it don't smell right to me. What y'all think about that?
You want to go first or you want to go, Marcus?
I was gonna say, do you think this is because? All right, so if this is your like skepticism, do you think this is because he potentially didn't like what Mappa was doing, like with their workers, and that's why he decided to say, "Yo, fuck it, I'm out"?
Hey man, Mappa.
I don't know because like they also just signed a deal with Netflix that's going to be giving them more money and paying them. So like
maybe. Well, hold on, maybe they signed a deal with Netflix, and Mappa will have more money. We'll see about the animator. We'll see if it trickles down. Mappa was probably like 1 year away from beating allegations because you remember like 2 years ago when what's the French animator?
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Oh, Vincent.
Remember, he quit. Well, Vincent Chancellor. He pretty much like sounded the alarm on Mappa Studios because it was like radio silence before, but he was like, I'll never work for them again. Their working conditions are terrible. They don't care about the animators, etc., etc. That was 2 years ago. It's been radio silence since then. They've been dropping peak after peak after peak. They almost beat allegations. Like it was starting to become a meme to where it's like, okay, Mappa animators haven't seen their families. It was more haha than like, but I feel like this might bring up some of those like them old like,
old conversations.
It might, because why else would he leave? And this is like the peak of his prime. Like he's like putting on a masterclass right now with JJK. So
I genuinely feel like it could have been like the contract could have been up and he just didn't want to come back. And I mean, it could definitely be because of the conditions that they were working everybody under. But like, I don't think it's I don't think there was like a big disagreement or something, and then he was like, "Yo, fuck it, I'm out."
I don't think it's an art thing or a direction because I think they love the direction he's taking. I don't think it's the direction. I think his direction is perfect, but like for them not to, for the reason he doesn't finish season 3 to be contractual based, I have to assume there's some money that's not where he wants it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like as an artist, like Ken, you're a writer. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to start something and not finish it. You know what I mean? Or have somebody else finish it for him. Like like it is broken into 2 cores, but it's still season 3. His name is on it. So that's why for me it's like there has to be something. Like I don't think it was like I remember Vincent Chancellor was getting mad at One Piece for like ruining his storyboards, or they were kind of just like nitpick at his storyboards or whatever for a while, so he stopped work. Maybe it wasn't Vincent, one of those. Anyways, I don't think it was that. Cause I think everything he's doing is phenomenal. And I think they like it generally. They're probably going to keep it going if they can. That's one thing I'm nervous about. Because if we like think about all the stuff we've seen in season 3 so far, we got the Kill Bill references, and if he is the person who storyboarded all that, that means whoever takes his place has to be kind of fluent in
like Western media culture.
In Western media, yes, because that's the only way you can pull off what they've pulled off, even with the intro, with like all the artsy, like the little like tidbits they've been adding into season 3 that like weren't really in the manga, but it really kind of draws out the essence of the manga. Like, I just hope whoever takes over can do that. I don't really know. I mean, the second in command right now is I can't remember. I'll look it up.
So did he storyboard a good chunk of like part 2s as well though? And he's just not staying on as it's airing? Or like
no, I think he's like not on it. Like I don't think he's gonna be on it completely for part 2.
Okay, because I thought isn't it? It's all going to be like a continuous 24 episode type thing.
They were gonna take a pause.
Yeah.
Now, how long that pause was gonna be in question? I think a lot of us were assuming the pause was gonna be maybe a month because, like, I think between Hidden Inventory 2 years ago and Shibuya, there was like a month or 2 break. I think Hidden Inventory ended in August and they started in October again. So, but now with I
was gonna say, but because honestly, if that's the case, maybe the contract is just like for when the episodes air, because all these episodes are being made in advance.
Yeah.
So like you would have to assume that a good chunk of like part 2 has already been in production or is close to being done.
Yeah, but also like this information could have already been like solidified, and we're just getting the information now.
Yeah. But also I wouldn't even assume that was because think about season 2 though. We saw some real unfinished episodes. I don't know if we can assume that about Mappa.
It was unfinished, but like still to get it to that point, it still is going to take almost half the year, half to like 3/4 of the year to get that stuff like done, even to that point.
It's going to take even longer.
Oh, for sure. There's some lead up time, but even that makes this announcement a little bit weird because it's like just an awkward time for them to announce a change in direction.
I agree.
I think they would have known about it prior.
I think some of his stuff is already like completed, like or he has like a good chunk of those storyboards made. And because you got to think about it, if they're going to do 24 episodes and there's only going to be a small 4-week break, most of that stuff has been completed. Maybe there still needs some final touches. Most of that stuff.
No, I know what you're saying, but I feel like they could have been like this. I'm saying this decision was already made way before
probably
this season came out.
Yeah.
And if it's contractual and his contract says 12 episodes of part 1, then I wouldn't lift a finger for anything else after that. Like, you know what I mean? You guys wouldn't either. If you guys have a contract, one of these companies ask us to promote their shit, you're not going to start on the next one before you even got the contract down, the money down. So
unless he just got a better offer somewhere else, maybe something a little bit more ambitious than JJK.
Which brings it back to the money. I'm about to say nothing's more ambitious than JJK, but I mean, they might pay more. So like you said.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Kagurabachi, that could be an ambitious thing.
I was just about to say that's exactly what, bro. This is my Cope talking, purely Cope and Kagurabachi fandom.
I don't think it's Cope though.
I think he left to go animate Kagurabachi. That's why I think he went to go direct Kagurabachi.
Honestly,
I don't think that's crazy because you got to think about Tarantino, all the Western Tarantino influences. He's already been doing that kind of stuff with Kill Bill and some of the other stuff. I feel like his direction style fits probably the best for Kagurabachi out of any of the other series that's like
the John Wick series too. Kagurabachi takes a huge influence from John Wick. That whole Kyoto Hotel Bloodshed, that's from the what is it? The Convergence series?
Something like that. Something like that. Hey, that's honestly kind of a crazy feat. That might be another check in the Kagurabachi legacy box. You poached the director of JJK before, like, right as it's getting into Gojo versus Sukuna. You feel me? Because the end of this arc is leading us into Gojo versus Sukuna. You poached the director of like pretty much the biggest anime at the time. That's the point of Kagurabachi, a legacy box. We're gonna be talking about that later in the pod.
Because that's the only reason I could see him not fulfilling or continuing with his vision if there's another chance for him to. Because you also got to think maybe side games too. We also don't know if this is true. This is all speculated headcanon. But like side games entertainment might be giving more creative freedom. Like we don't know like how much pushback Mappa was giving with certain things or just whatever. So he might have, like I said, I feel like he just got a better deal. And I feel like we'll probably
comes back to money.
Wherever he ended up, he definitely, it's like Jay said, it's the money, the production's probably better. The way they treat the animators and staff is probably better. So
the only thing I do remember seeing, I think somebody on YouTube, commented this too. I did see that same report to where they said he's not even going to be working in the industry anymore. There have been so many conflicting reports that I don't know what to believe at this point. All that makes sense to me is he's probably not going to be there. I do believe that, but I did see that too. But I don't know what will be bigger than what. So you're going to movies now, like animated movies. Like you're going to animate the next K-pop Demon Hunter Part 2. Like what's
I saw something about him going to maybe like the Arcane studio.
Oh yeah, see, hey,
really,
yeah. Which would be.
Would y'all jump ship for Arcane? Would y'all jump JJK ship for Arcane?
I ain't gonna lie, Arcane had a bad day.
Is there more money in Arcane? Y'all think?
With League of Legends,
I was about to say, I think that, you can make the argument.
Because it's all backed by League of Legends.
That's Chinese owned too, right? Chinese.
Yeah,
it's like I never heard about Chinese animators complaining.
It was like a dual, whatchamacallit, like collaborative thing.
Collaboration. Okay.
But no, Arcane, especially League of Legends, that's like one of the most popular, profitable games of like all time. They got cheese to throw. Especially that budget for Arcane was actually crazy too. So,
bro, trying to move up in the world. Hey, I'm not mad at that. If that is the case, then in like 10 years, he's probably going to be like the CEO of one of these studios. He's like, I'm not trying to be an animator. I'm trying to own them shits. If that's what he's doing, this is a career advancement right now. Which I respect that. I can't be mad at it.
Not mad at it either.
Hey, so speaking of Kagurabachi, Marcus, you got your finger on the pulse. Marcus is our resident Kagurabachi expert. You have a sneaking suspicion, bro, is the Kagurabachi groundhog. You think it's coming out soon, or
I think there's a possibility. I mean, when you got to think about part 1 just ended.
Yeah.
So I feel like we might be getting close to the announcement. I think the hype is there. I think I saw something very interesting. I saw that Side Games was actually supposed to be coming out with like a
new studio, right?
Well, they got like 3 new studios. They got like
they're like rebranding their name too, aren't they?
Yeah. It's crazy. They got like 3 new like what is it called? Subsidiaries.
You got it.
Yeah. They got like
put that master's degree to use.
Thank you. They got like 3 new studios. It's like Studio Kerm. Obviously you got Side Games Pictures, but then you got like a deviation of Side Games Pictures as well. So. Bro, they're going crazy right now, and they got like
you better keep an eye on Side Games, especially if they knock Kagurabachi out the park. This will set them up. You feel me?
I ain't gonna lie, because the Uma series, low-key set them up for real. Because like that mobile game makes so much money, and they gave them such a bag to animate that shit that like I think it just kind of like predicates like how much like attention to detail that they would like pay towards like an IP like that I'm like, I just want to know what art style they're going to use for Bachi. That's what I want to know. I just want to know what type of art style they're going to use. And like,
I feel like it got to be like Chainsaw Man type of.
It has to. Because like, was Gosso the same guy that did direct? Was he on the direction for Chainsaw Man?
Chainsaw Man season 1, yeah. Not the movie.
Was he on it for 2?
Nah, he's
I mean, for the movie.
Nah, the movie was no, he was season 1, and people for some reason were mad about it. That's why I don't know if you guys saw in the notice they had this. They said it wasn't because of any backlash from Chainsaw Man, which I didn't understand that because that was like 4 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Chainsaw Man season 1 was
fine though. Yeah,
it's crazy though because like Japan didn't. I remember saying like Japan wasn't like big on Chainsaw Man season 1.
They just really don't fuck with Gosso. That's crazy because they not big fans of.
I think they're very strict on like how like directing is. Like they don't like it when they deviate like away from like the traditional directing. Like they hate when it's like Western influence and stuff to appeal to like the Western media because it was like the same thing with JJK earlier this year.
But
I don't think it mad the mangaka for that though. Like if that's the case, like because the mangaka are putting Western influence in everything. Like, it's
yeah,
like,
no, literally,
it's apparent too. They're not trying. It's clear, bro. In the manga and Chainsaw Man, they blew Michigan off the map. Like what are we talking? You know what I mean? Like
pretty much all the United States, for real.
Yeah, literally, they start.
But also, like I feel like he's one of the few directors that actually like implement cinematography into like his storyboards.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's what like sets his stuff apart from a lot of like anime for real. Because like if you look at it, like they're not doing their shit doesn't actually look like a cinema movie. Like, yeah, because honestly, I'm trying to think about it, like unless you're getting some of them like Your Names or Weathering with Yous or some of like those Studio Ghibli type vibes of movies, you're not really getting cinematography like that for a TV production. So I'm just like,
saying Fate don't got cinematography. That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, they do.
Hey,
but
you said it. You said JJK got better cinematography than Fate. I ain't gonna argue with it. I
think it does. It does.
Okay. Well,
yeah. No, I think it does.
Clip it. We got him. We fucking got him.
At least for like the foldable shit.
Okay.
I'm not mad. Because I was watching the Heaven's Feel movies. Like they got some, but like I think Gosso was just a better like.
Damn, you saying JJK is more cinematic than Fate's actual movies? Wow. Clip it. We got him. Also, side note, Ken, goddamn, you got that shit zoomed in 2 times. Like, I just realized looking at my head, Marcus' head, and your head.
No, that's just the normal shit. It just cropped.
Oh, that's your good camera. Hey, it's clean, bro. Yeah. It's clean.
That's every right skin follicle on him.
Like, watch how. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, look, bro. Finally, and hey, y'all, this has been a running joke too for like the last year on this pod. Ken will like have the like highest quality equipment and just not use it. He'll use his mic from TikTok Shop, his little camcorder from TikTok Shop. He has a whole ass DSLR. Actually, no, you have. What do you have? You got the.
I got like a Sony mirrorless one. Yeah.
See, like we're moving up in the world. Look at that. Maybe once Inertia comes back with Volume 2, Ken will decide to actually live the way he live with the way his means look. This is the cheapest nigga I know. Wait, so Marcus, over and under Kagurabachi announcement. 1 month.
I think it's gonna happen the 28th of March because of the. I think there's supposed to be like an anime expo and like Side Games is taking part of it and like they're revealing new information. So I think there is a possibility March 28th we might finally have our announcement.
Marcus, let me find out you on Kagurabachi payroll. He didn't even try to act like he said. I said over and under a month, March 28th at 10:30 p.m. If it actually happens, Marcus, we'll have to have some real conversations because you've been glazing Kagurabachi since before the first chapter dropped, and I mean everything you said has come true so far. I don't know. This nigga might be Hakazono himself. Am I saying his name right? I gotta stop fucking up.
You got it. You got it.
You cooking? Don't worry about it.
Who was it last week? I was mixing up. It was one.
Oh, you said
One Punch Man, Black Clover. Yeah. Okay.
You call Murata Tabata.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Megan Thee Stallion's anime is coming out soon. Honestly, what I thought was interesting about it is it's produced by Carl Jones, which he did a lot of writing for the Boondock series.
Oh, really? Okay.
That is really cool.
No, it's super cool. She's a huge anime fan. It's titled Hotties, so it's gonna hopefully it has a lot of fan service. So y'all can't be mad. One thing I better not see is y'all disrespect Meg's anime and she got some fine girls in there because y'all glaze some of the most mid anime because of the fan service. You feel me? So at least if she got some fine hoes in there, I better see that same energy. You feel me? I already know y'all gonna want to hate on it because it's a black woman creating an anime or whatever. So I'm excited to see what she pulls off. Y'all better give it the same energy y'all gave Mr. Beast bullshit. That nigga, he dropped like 3 minutes.
That was ass.
Bro,
I didn't even know he
bullshit.
dropped anything.
It was bullshit,
That's crazy.
bro. He dropped it. It was like
bad.
they were like
It was bad.
7-minute episodes. Don't call it an anime if you're gonna do that. That's my thing.
They're
You know
just
what I mean?
shorts
Like,
at that point.
Yeah.
Like the things that be
yeah.
popping up on TikTok.
Literally.
You know which ones I'm
So,
talking.
y'all better give it the same energy y'all gave.
Did any of y'all ever check out Gigux, whatever the?
Nope.
Not twin. I just never saw nothing about it, to be honest. I just remember hearing about it, but I like Giga too, so it's not against him. For the most part, everybody got some bad takes here and there. I can't talk, but
Hey, you can probably expose me for all my bad takes.
yeah, facts. But nobody has worse takes than Chibi Reviews, who has been, oh my god, Chibi Reviews, bro. I have never watched. I gotta give him his credit, bro, because I always knew he had motion, but to have that much motion to where it's like an ocean of niggas just hating or just like praying on your downfall, and your downfall comes kinda, and then like that just proved to me how much motion he truly has, bro. Because I've never seen just a regular anime nigga go viral that's not like RDC World 1, you know what I mean, for some real life stuff.
Like he sticks like specifically to anime, like that's his
and some niche, really niche anime too. Not not even like super mainstream anime all the time. So,
but he's been in the game for like forever though. Like I was like
facts.
looking back on it, he's been in the game for like 10+ years.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me though.
Couldn't be me either. Hey man, listen.
Bro got that chair in the back.
He got the hotel chair in the corner.
It's not
I'm
even
gonna try to say
fashion,
this
bro.
as like sensitively as possible, because I mean he did mention, I guess he could have died or something like that. Which I think he was alluding to, like, self-harm. So don't
meditate, nigga.
I don't know. I listened to his whole, because he gave a whole story about what happened on YouTube or whatever.
I watched
like
the whole video
minutes.
too.
You did too?
Yeah.
And like, if someone says they were going to commit self-harm, then I'll take your word for it. Just like if a woman says, somebody abused her, I'll take your word for it. But some stories, dog, just like your bullshit meter, just like, especially with content creators. So we're content creators, you know what I mean? So we know that everything we do in our life or in anime is content, you know what I mean? Depending on how you spin it. His story just sounds like it's some holes and some gaps that just is kind of like, I don't know, dog. You might be milking it. Like, it's almost
You didn't know. You didn't know?
Like, he made it
But
seem
all
like
your friends knew?
No, I mean, I'm sure maybe he didn't know. I'm not mad at that, but I'm just saying this story feels a little bit like the way he was explaining it. He was like, yeah, and I just drove and I bought liquor. I bought, like, nigga, who says just liquor? Like, which I bought my favorite liquor. That's why he's saying, like, I'll have one of your finest weed, please. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, and then, like, it's just gaps in the progression of the story for someone who's a really good storyteller. Because one thing about Chibi Reviews, he's really good at making a narrative. So, like, with somebody who's good at making a narrative, if I hear gaps in your story, I'm like, okay, I'm not saying you're lying, but as a content creator, I know when somebody is
bullshit.
clip farming. You know what I mean? Clip farming. And it worked, bro. He
I
went
mean,
viral on all
just the
platforms.
way just the way he's handled like the whole situation too. Like, I mean, it's giving off as very performative, if anything. Like,
Yeah,
just
thank
like
you.
with
Good
the way
word
he's
for it. Good word for
interacting
it.
with like the fans, the way just the fact that you posted the video in general, it's like for the whole world to know. And then
No
after
one
that,
would've
like
seen that video.
you're tweeting back on Twitter, like going back and forth with like you're doing exactly what like you've always been known to do, and that's like engaging, rage baiting, like
Milking,
going back
literally.
to like milking. Like,
Nobody would have known. Nobody. Not a soul.
Wow.
You think she gonna go tell somebody? Chibi's probably her cash cow. That's probably, I mean, if we keep in the buck, I mean, Chibi, he's a pretty successful person. Like, I saw her pictures of her. She don't, respectfully, but you're the only reason the world knows. And if, just again, with content creator mind, if you're that good at making content, which he is, I'll give him his credit. Like, I don't like a lot of stuff he said. Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard anything he say that I like, you know what I mean? But he's good at making content. I think bro saw an opportunity. He knows his fandom. He knows that they're easily rage because he built a fandom based on rage baiting. You know what I mean? In some way, shape, or form, or divisiveness.
Charlie Kirk disciple.
Literally, he's anime Charlie Kirk at this point. Like he just knows what to say that's gonna get engagement, that's gonna split people, it's gonna dog whistle to a certain demographic that we all know what that demographic is. You know what I mean? And they eat up everything. You feel me? That demographic is. Hey, if you can milk that demographic, you're good because they are.
Hey, we seen a whole bunch of people make a living off of it.
Oh, 100%. And he knows what he's doing. But we're not dumb. We're not dumb. I'm not dumb. I can't say it. It's a lot of people that's dumb. Let me shut up because I'll look at comments and be like, oh, y'all eating this up. Oh.
And the crazy thing is like, I support him. I'm like, what?
Oh. People that's just joining the live. We're talking about Chibi Reviews.
Here's what I'm gonna say about this. It's the fact that like when you find out like information that like, all right, your fiance cheated on you, right? But then it's the fact that your best friends decide to side with the person, with your best friend who cheated with your fiance.
Yeah.
And they're siding with him. That speaks more on your character, if anything. Because while everybody's thinking, oh, you got to go get better friends, I'm thinking in my head, how terrible of a person are you that your friends are deciding to take the cheater's side of things?
Yeah, facts. Bro, literally, that was one of the holes I was thinking in the story. And again, all this is like phrased upon, or like the premise of all this is me understanding a content creator. You know what I mean? Like from the mindset of a content creator, a person who's really good at storytelling. He has this real life story because at the end of the day, anime is what draws people in, but like connecting with a human is what keeps people. You know what I mean? As far as content creating goes.
Yeah.
He has a story that people can really relate to. You know what I mean? It's going to be divisive. It's going to be engagement farming. You know what I mean? And if you add the right keywords, I almost died. You feel me? I don't know what was going to happen. I was betrayed by my friends. We've all, been hurt by a friend. It's just a way for you to make, your content go nuclear. So listen, again, if he says he was going to do something to himself, I'll have to take his word for it. I'm not saying he's lying there. But again, as a content creator, I know milk when I see it. You feel me? If it look like milk, smell like milk, taste like milk.
You speaking Attack on Titan type of milk? Like,
hey, I'm literally. This is some Attack on Titan type milk. Hey, bro said too, what had me cracking up. He was like, I'm about to get in the gym. If he get jacked over the next year or so, I ain't gonna lie. If we see Chad Chibi, I ain't gonna lie.
We don't need. The world don't need that.
I hope the best for Chibi.
We about to get a clavicular version of Chibi in 2 years, bro.
Oh my god, Chad Chibi.
That nigga Clav be making me want to slap so much.
Dog, literally.
His rectiliar formaris is just like slightly overbent. So like, yeah, I'm sorry, just not really mogging. Like, nigga, get the.
Yeah, nah, that man.
Bro took half of anatomy class and thinks he knows.
Dog. Hey, bro, and the thing is too, this is the and that long ass post he posted where he was talking about, you all want to see me dead, y'all want to see me down, you know what I mean? I'm gonna live on out of spite, and also fuck everybody who's against ICE. All the immigrants need to leave. I'm like, what the? How do this is how you know? This is how you know he's telling y'all like y'all are dumb. Like,
bro turned his girl cheating on him with his best friend into guess what? And I'm racist, and I hate everybody else, and I'm homophobic. And what y'all gonna do? And I'm sitting here like, that's not the play, dude.
No, but you know what he's doing. You know what he's doing. He's catering to a very select few of individuals who are the proof that America has a literacy and a media understanding crisis. You feel me? Like when people say that to where they're like, U.S. has an educational problem, it's not like ones and twos. It's not math. You know what I mean? It's not science. It's critical thinking. You feel me? Like they'll teach you all the math in the world because you can be book smart, but critical thinking is not something that you just learn from knowing, how an equation works. You feel me? And that fandom is proof that we have a literacy, a critical thinking problem in America. But again, I hope the best for him. I hope nothing bad happens to him. I hope I don't know what's going on with that. If that shit really happened to this girl, I hope he don't Ain't none of my business. I hope he's gonna be okay. But
hey, he'll get over it though.
If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a bullshit ass duck. That's all I'm gonna say. What we got up next, man? What we got up next on the docket? I didn't even have a way to segue it, bro. I just what's next?
Sometimes it's simple.
All right, Ken. This is your segment right here. So if you want to go into that.
All right. So lately, during the pre-pod, people we've been talking about like what stories are peak and stuff like that. And lately, I've been feeling like we have been overusing the word peak when we refer to certain stories. Because there's been a peakflation, and I don't think that is deserved. So I think what we really need to do is we need to come up with a proper criteria of calling things peak. Because if I see some like slop story, like, yo, this is peak fiction. No, you just need to read more. I don't know what to really start doing at this point. So I think we're gonna start coming up with categories and what's the other
categories and peakness. I don't know. We gotta figure it out. That's what we're here to figure out, y'all. As a community, we need to figure out a definition for peak because there's no way. Give me some examples of shit that we call peak that's not necessarily. Actually, that's a perfect way, Ken.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Nah, Quinn. You about to end this podcast.
The random regression manga or the random reincarnation manga, the isekai niggas be calling.
Oh my god,
Mashoku Freaksei. That shit ain't peak. That shit is freak.
Yeah, that shit is freak.
What else?
Because
GTHB has made a good point. He said peak and mid have been overused. We need definitions for both.
Oh, for sure.
We got to figure this out.
But you know what it is? I think when people say peak, I think they're really just saying it's good. Like I feel like that's the problem. Like we're kind of undermining the word peak and like using it as like anything that's good. Oh, we consider peak. And it's kind of like the same thing with mid. I feel like mid is used interchangeably for saying like it's trash, but like mid definitively means average, right? Yeah. But like I feel like people have been using mid as trash for way too long. And I feel like we're exaggerating the meaning of the terms.
Hey, that's funny. This all comes back to politics. It's how polarized we are as a nation. It's either this or that. There are no words for it. We don't have a word to describe the in-between at this point. Peak, mid. Amazing ass, great trash. There's no look. One thing, Ken, we need to bring back serviceable. Ken, that was a word that actually I feel like it's serviceable. And then you got high serviceable, you got low serviceable. You feel me? I feel like that's better than peak and mid.
And that's why niggas was hating on me. I had a 30-point system. Niggas was like, why don't you just do 1 through 5 or 1 through 10? That's why I had a 30-point system. Because the 1 through 10 is like it's bad, and there's different tiers of bad. Like it's just straight trash, or it's like it's bad, but like there's a redeeming quality to kind of make it.
Ain't nobody doing all that, Ken. All right, we gotta figure out. There has to be some kind of middle between. Look, we just did it again. No system, extremely complicated Hunter type system.
It's just you could get real specific, like
30 points. I ain't doing shit for 30 nothing.
Hey, but like some stories, some stories teeter, and you got to get a little bit more specific. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like a 15 is like bare bones. That is complete average. But when we start getting to like 17, that's like good average. But we're getting closer to good. When we get to 20, and that's where we're in the good territory. And then there's levels of.
All right. So what would like solo leveling go on your scale then?
Wait. Yeah, we got to set this marker. So explain the scale one more time. 30-point scale.
So the 30-point scale. 1 is, my favorite phrase, hot dumpster juice.
Whoa, hold on. Pause. You're not about to go through all 30 parts, are you?
No. I'm just giving you like.
Bro, I was about to.
No, I would say 1 is hot gooch sweat, hot dumpster water. 30, almost as perfect as you can get.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that, I guess.
Okay. So
I'm not mad at that.
All right. So all right, I'm gonna name a few, right?
Okay.
All right. Solo leveling on your scale.
14.
Okay. Demon Slayer.
Let me not be biased. 16.
Okay.
Wait, pause. Are we just talking about the storytelling? Or are we talking about the animation, the adaptation, the story? I think that's probably hard to. That makes me a little bit hard to explain too, because you might say, "Oh, Soul Leveling is peak." You know what I mean? Because of animation. But
I'm like, if we're calling something peak, I'm more so talking about storytelling.
Okay.
On your scale, what does peak have to be? Like 25 and up, or like 20 and up, or like what would you say?
I like peak. I feel like it has to be because what 27 divided by 30 is that like 90% or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like if you get to like
it's just math swirling around like over your head right now for me. I'm like
so like yeah, I would say around if you could get like a 27, I feel like a 90% mark. I feel like that's
okay.
To call peak. Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's like a 27.5, 28.
Okay. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint.
Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. I think that's a solid 22.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. I think it's good. So like I think it's like
I kind of feel like it's better than not Hunter, my bad. I'm better than Full Metal Alchemist.
Really?
I kind of do.
We can talk about that later. But like I wouldn't be mad at like if you put it up there. But I just think Full Metal Alchemist is a little bit more concise. And I feel like the theming just hits better. It's more it's executed on a higher level.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
All right. I guess Jay, give me one more.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yep.
I'll give that like a 21.
I'll take it, bro. In my head, I was like, I can accept anything over a 20 and up. I can accept anything over 20. If not, bro, we were about to be arguing this down for the next 30 minutes. I'm letting you know. I was prepared. I was already prepared. I have my arguments lined up too. I promise you. You just saved me a lot of trouble because I was gonna waste the next 15 minutes explaining how you're wrong and your point system is ass. I'm sorry, mid.
You were
Excuse
about
me.
to pull a Stephen A. You were about to pull a Stephen A. What?
Literally. Ooh, I could breathe again, bro. Why'd you? That's the dramatic ass pause, bro. I was over here. I could not. I'll stop breathing for. I was like, "What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say?" That moment was gonna decide the rest of this podcast. I promise you. I promise you,
bro. Every other segment we had was about to get thrown out the fucking window.
Literally. Take the list off the screen. I was about to give a breakdown. This is gonna turn into a video essay. Nah, for real. Okay, I'm not mad at that. We don't have to figure out like some a more in-depth breakdown of your 30-point system because I'm not that. To me, it's more concise than like a 1 out of 100. You know what I mean? But it's like more intricate than a 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5 because usually it's like what 5 stars or if it's a 1 out of 10 for IMDb. You know what I mean? So which 10 is just pretty much at that point it's just a 100-point scale. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. I like that. I'll give you that. I think you brought that up last year or something. You sounded batshit insane. So this is one of the few Ken takes that actually age like fine wine. I'll give him that because there's a couple of them takes we got on this pod that Ken is making a name for this pod for sure. What we got next?
Next we got a fun little segment here because the end of Kagurabachi Part 1.
Oh my God, Kagurabachi Part 1.
Man,
Kagurabachi, that Ken Marcus was giving me some he's making some uncomfortable points this weekend. Actually, maybe it was Ken talking about some Kagurabachi had a better part 1 than JJK if we're just talking about up to like Shibuya. And I'm like, dang.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
It's tough. I can't definitely say it, but it's really hard for me to argue. I'll give it that.
That's part of the reason why I feel like JJK, that's why I gave it like a 21 or like a 6.8. Like
the hidden inventory Shibuya Culling Games run is, you feel me? But
it doesn't get better than that. That's high in the highs.
But I'm just talking about that beginning is like I'm like
to build up to that point. That's where
I just feel like it didn't build the way I feel like it should, and that's what kind of like lowers it for me. But
it's about Kagurabachi. We don't got to get into the beautiful intricacies of JJK's writing right now. Unless y'all want me to spend the next 20 minutes on it, I don't mind. I'm always ready. I got notes right here if you need me to.
All right, so real quick, I want y'all to bring up the list of all the 2020 mangas that came out and look at that list if you guys have the opportunity to. And I thought it would be a fun segment here. We could do I can name blank mangas better than Kagurabachi from the 2020s. So like mangas strictly that have come out after 2020.
Okay.
After 2020.
Let's see. Let's see what I can. Let's see what I can.
Because hey, part one, I've been seeing a lot of stuff. People have been praising part one for how well it was executed. I've been even seeing people saying comparing Kagurabachi part one to Chainsaw Man part one, which I mean that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy if you ask me. I mean Chainsaw Man had a crazy part one ending.
That I ain't gonna lie, that is
Chainsaw Man was kind of crazy at the end. Now part two, I'm not gonna lie, part two kind of.
Do y'all want to list out the top 20 selling manga just for everybody in the comments so they can get some manga
that came out after 2020?
I can list it real quick. So the top 20 best selling mangas of the 2020s. Number 1 is Frieren, 2 Oshinoko, 3 Kaiju number 8, 4 Sakamoto Days, 5 Shangri-La Frontier, 6 Ripe for the Picking, 7 Mashal, 8 Dandadan, 9 Blue Box, 10 Umamasume Cinderella Gray, 11 Windbreaker, 12 Fragrant Flower Blooms with Mid, 13 The Clear Moonlit Dusk, 14 Orb, The Movements of the Earth, 15 Elusive Samurai, Witch Watch is 16, and 17 is Yomono Sugai, which is actually okay. So 17 is actually the English
Full
name
Metal
is
Alchemist?
the Demons
of the Shadow Realm. Yeah.
Demons of the Shadow Realm. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I'm gonna start it off.
That's an interesting list.
I'm gonna start it off. I can name 0
Where's
mangas.
Dandadan in there?
Yes, in there.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay.
It came out 2021 maybe or 2020.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna say I can name 0 mangas better than Kagurabachi because y'all got me fucked up.
Hey man, I agree. I can't name a single, not at least not on that list. I can't name a single one of them better than Kagurabachi. I'm sorry. The first 100 chapters better than Kagurabachi? I can't. How many chapters is Frieren at right now? Let's see.
I think it might be like close. It might be like 100 and something. 140.
147.
Damn, I was close.
Which means season 2 will probably end around 100 then. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can't even try to like cope for Frieren. I want to. The writing is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. You feel me? It's cute. It's cute. But if it was just a writing thing, then probably Frieren would get it. Frieren might get it. But what goes in being a best manga is writing is a huge portion of it, but that's not it. Part of it is keeping your attention. You feel me? I could read 100 Kagurabachi chapters straight. Well, actually, some of them Kagurabachi chapters got a little bit like, okay, I need a break. So never mind. I will
say there's only like, I'm looking. The only ones I feel like that could compete with it.
Oh, Frieren can compete. I'm not saying it's getting washed out the water.
I'm going to say Dandadan, Oshinoko. Yeah, it's probably just those two, honestly, that would compete.
Dandadan's fire. The anime does definitely do us some service, though. I'll give it that. Mind you, all these have anime right now. Most of the top, let me see. Most of the top 20,
they either have animes or they have confirmed animes.
No, they have anime. So look, Frieren has an anime, Oshinoko has anime, Kaiju number 8 anime, Sakamoto Days anime, Shangri-La anime, Right for the Picking.
Oh wait, Blue Box, I ain't gonna lie.
Mashal has anime, Blue Box has anime. All these pretty much have anime.
Yeah, I think I ain't gonna lie. Blue Box might be. That shit is tough. The first 100 chapters of Blue Box is
Chastain was sleeping on Apothecary Diaries. That came out before 2020, didn't it?
Is that technically? That's not in 2020.
That came out before 2020. Let's see.
Okay, because it was also like a novel too. So like,
yeah, we definitely not count it for the sake of our agenda.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. The first 100 chapters of Blue Box is absurdly.
It's good.
That's just extremely tough. So
makes sense.
It's
I'm not even mad about that because Blue Box is like actually like one of my favorite romances. So I'm not.
Gachi Akita is not on that list, but Gachi Akita actually.
It's in the list. It came out in 2022.
I didn't see it on there. Damn. Okay.
It's probably not best selling because Shonen just
that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it should be though. It should be though. Gachi Akita gives it a run for its money. I
haven't really read the first 100 chapters of Sakamoto Days, so I can't really say how well that is.
Okay, well, I'm LARPing, and it's hard for me to give it a. It's hard for me to put it over Kagurabachi, without actually reading it. So, I guess we're gonna say 0 for me, 0 for Marcus. What's your final answer, Ken?
I'm gonna say 2.
I respect it.
Rename the 2.
I'm gonna say 2.
So
I'm gonna say Blue Box, and I'm gonna say Oshinoko.
Okay.
Respect. That is probably your most respectable but worst take of the week if you're a Kagurabachi fan.
and I like Kagurabachi a lot.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
I'm pushing my agenda though. Wait till the anime comes out. That's all I'm gonna say. Unless they fumble. Hey, what if just because it's happened and it's happened? What if they fumble this adaptation? Like, what if it's a T-bait? Marcus, what will happen if you turn on that first episode? Or not even the first episode. You usually tell by the trailer sometimes. You look at that trailer.
No, you can definitely tell by the trailers.
And it ain't looking like what would you do?
I'll probably book a flight to Japan, walk into Side Game Studio, actually no, I wouldn't go into Side. I would go to the producers, which is also still Side Games. So I would go I would go to Side Games and then ask if I could meet like the producer committee and then smack each and every single one of them. That's what I would do.
Hey, I would take my flight would go to Shibuya and I would go directly to where they had that Burger King that had the big Kagurabachi sign in the middle of the square. I would stand up with a loudspeaker and be like, "Is this what y'all wanted, Japan? Is this what y'all wanted? Y'all didn't want any American like nah, because
I don't think Shonen's gonna let them niggas fumble. They can't let them niggas fumble. Like that's its. I ain't gonna lie. That's its biggest cash cow right now. I feel like
the thing with billion-dollar companies is they always know there's always another cash cow. So,
but not right now. I mean, you got One Piece, and Mojo probably not getting animated for another 10 years.
Yeah.
Because what else is getting animated pretty well right now? I mean, like, Sakamoto Day is not really getting animated the best. Blue Box was getting animated pretty well, but, like, we got to wait for that.
Marcus, your audio went out. It might be muted now. Let me see. Unmute your mic.
Yeah. No, Marcus, you muted Marcus.
Well, they figured it out. If they do fumble, Shonen Jump's only hope is going to be to make sure that Boruto adaptation comes out ASAP.
There we go.
Looking like 1,000-Year Blood War. Because one thing about Naruto's IP is it will make money. No matter what.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what. So whoever needs to hear this, look, if something happens in Kagurabachi's adaptation, y'all better run to Boruto, run to Studio Period, and be like, you need to clear your schedule. Fuck Black Clover, fuck Bleach. We need Boruto ASAP.
Bro, it's just like the one thing I'll say about like Kagurabachi, I feel like people are putting such high expectations on it that I feel like anything but like the top 1% of animation like will be, oh, it got fumbled. Like it getting a decent animation is not gonna be enough, bro. Like it's not gonna be like a situation where, you know, like MHA, for example. This is a perfect example. It will have like really high highs, but then like it will have some very unsatisfactory like moments of like episodes in animation. I feel like even if Kagurabachi gets that, people will still like diminish it because of how high the expectations are for it.
Yeah, I feel like the thing that I think Kagurabachi has going for is that it is shorter than MHA. So like they won't. So I feel like that does help.
Yeah.
But because I'm just saying, because like if JJK, because if y'all remember watching JJK season 1, it's leaps and bounds. different
which was
from
beautiful at the time. JJK season 1 at the time, though, 2019, 2020. I mean, the only
I
thing
think it still holds up to this day.
It's still good, but it was still like it wasn't leaps and bounds better than everything else that was coming out right then. Because Fire Force was still coming out at that point. We got
leaps
some
and
other
bounds
things.
over Fire Force.
I don't think you can say that. I think JJK had a couple good highlight episodes.
I think Fire Force had a couple good highlight episodes.
But they're still very comparable. One isn't like super better than the other.
100%.
Yeah,
it's not like where like season 2 JJK is just like.
But I also
leaps and bounds.
I'll give you that 100%, bro. I'll give you that.
I would also say those were like the top tiers though of that time though. Like,
it was. But I'm just saying like JJK didn't even get that off rip. It didn't really start like. So we also have to wait like 2-3 years for like season 2. And that's when we got the new director.
Yeah.
And he basically changed the whole art style, everything. And that's when it just took off.
Yeah. Also, I feel like even if JJK got the same like directing from like last season, I still think it would have been big just because Shibuya was just a way better arc than anything we've seen in the first season though.
Yes, but I don't know, because the way that nigga was directing in his story, I don't know. Like,
Shibuya was still
it definitely added.
No,
Shibuya
is still much better just because of the tension and everything that was going on. But just from like a visual standpoint, it was that much more captivating. Where like it just amplified everything times.
Yeah.
Because I had just recently rewatched it with Ashley, and Ashley was like, why is this hitting way more than season one?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
part of it too was though that I'm telling y'all, man, that hidden inventory to Shibuya, like hidden inventory was a perfect like lob for Shibuya to dunk. You know what I mean?
No,
even like with the tones and the colors and like the theme, we ain't got to turn this back to a JJK Glaze. My bad.
No, but that's what it comes down to the directing too. The directing for that was a huge improvement.
Mm-hmm. So at the time, people were mad about it. I don't know if y'all remember, but people were like really happy with season 1. So they're like, "Wow, they switched the director. Everything looks different. Gojo looks different. Why?" But that shit worked out. Worked out.
Yep.
I think Kagurabachi, if they can get anywhere close to, honestly, if Kagurabachi can get like a Mushoku Tensei type animation, or like even like a Sentence to be a Hero type. I think it would be good, right? Because those are still, if it gets anywhere around like a Fate, Mushoku Tensei, if it gets anywhere around that type of quality,
you put Fate and Mushoku Tensei in the same sentence, with animation wise. I respect his animation, but in the same sentence.
No, you haven't watched Mushoku Tensei, have you?
I've seen fight clips. I've seen clips. I used to, whenever I was shit on my go watch
Mushoku
fights.
Tensei's animation is clean.
No, I ain't going to.
Fake clean?
It's clean.
They made the studio just to animate Mushoku Tensei.
All right, I'll step down. Look, my bad.
Because it's up there with like Freeridge type of shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. In terms of animation. Like
Okay.
Like it's say what you want to say about the story, but like in terms of like watching that shit is this shit is like that.
My thing is like Kagurabachi, it has this is another thing too. It's like JJK where it has so many fights that like it's gonna be hard to animate all those fights like to like a high standard for an entire season. So like that's another thing that like I have some sort of concern with.
They might just fuck around and make that a 8-episode season and call it a day. Do you think they can get the cloud gouger arc done in 8 episodes? 12, I guess.
Oh, way before 12.
Yeah, I think
I think it's only like 17 episodes. So like that shit's gonna be done in like 5 chapters or 5 episodes, honestly.
Yeah.
Because what they do, like 2-3 chapters per episode, generally.
I think.
Well, it depends.
What does JJK do? They do like.
Right now they're doing 3 or 4, I think. But it just depends. Like the fight heavy ones, usually more because a lot of that is like not a lot of dialogue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which that's what is gonna make Kagurabachi so interesting to see how they like storyboard it episodically. even if it goes to 200, 250, I couldn't see it being more than 50 episodes. Honestly, that'd be almost 4 seasons, maybe 58 episodes or 60 episodes. It'd be almost 4 seasons.
It'll be like
Maybe.
Kaiju.
Yeah, and Kaiju. I don't know how Kaiju got to. Kaiju got to be like, how many episodes Kaiju at right now? It's at like 50,
Bro,
12,
they're
25?
24.
24. Is it?
Yeah.
That's Kaiju. That Kaiju said, "I'm here for a good time, not a long time." But
Either way,
we'll
though,
see.
it should be exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. That's gonna be a time. That's gonna.
Hopefully,
be a
they
time.
don't fumble it. If they do, it will be the talk of the anime community, and if they don't, it will be the talk of the anime community. So either way, it's gonna be the talk of the anime
Yeah,
community,
either way,
whether
it's gonna
they
be the talk
fumble
of the
it or
anime
whether
community.
they give it a really good.
It's gonna be like
anime
T-Bait. T-Bait was trending every Wednesday with the worst,
For the
and then
wrong
One Punch
reason.
Man 2. One Punch Man 2. So
But looking at side games is like what they've done. They haven't put out anything bad, and it's still all been pretty high quality. So I feel like, at the very least, I feel like low bar wise, we'll get like slightly above average at the very least.
that's not gonna be enough for Kagurabachi.
No, I'm saying, but like, I don't think it's going to be a T-bait. I don't think they'll fumble to the point where it'll be like a T-bait.
If we get slightly
I don't
above
think so. I
average
don't
for
think so either.
Kagurabachi, they're gonna act like it's T-Bait. They're gonna treat it like it's
I
T-Bait.
understand. But I'm just saying,
It's
like,
gonna get the Sakamoto Days treatment.
I get
That's
what you
think.
saying. Literally,
Like,
it's literally Sakamoto Days. Perfect example. Sakamoto Days is like slightly
that's
above
what I said, a
average.
little bit above average.
And it got slandered for the whole 3 months of his first run.
Yeah, it did.
That was bad. You would have thought it was a flop the way they were treating it. They said, "No, we coming right back. Y'all done viewed this thing up." So,
bro, they bullied it so bad. They bullied Sakamoto Days so bad that it has gotten better with each and every single
literally.
I'm just mad that their opening is better animated than anything that they have in the action.
That's the cheat code.
That's
That's the
typical
cheat
anime,
code.
though. That's typical.
That's the
Bro,
cheat
you look
code.
at, hey, bro, Mashal is a perfect example of that. The Water
Mashal's
Magician
anime
is a
is still better
perfect.
than Sakamoto.
I was like,
Days.
Mashal's animation was it bad? I'm trying to remember.
No.
It
It
wasn't
was
as good as the opening, though. That
Oh
opening
no,
was
bro. With that, they had that
crazy.
song. They had no.
Yeah,
You're right.
they went crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Spent 90% of the production on the opening.
In the final fight versus facts. Damn, they pulled a Dongwa. Dongwa be doing the same thing. They be like that budget allocation needs some help. There's
Bro,
no way
Dongwas
you
don't
got.
be, bro. Dongwas don't even be having endings. I don't think. Like,
I rarely make
I
it to
know
the
Lord
end
of
of
the
a
Mysteries
Dongwa.
did. Lord of the Mysteries
I
had
rarely make it to the end of a Dongwa.
the Super
I don't
Cube didn't though. That shit just ended every single time. It would show a picture of a purple hair
All of our
Gojo.
well-
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, facts. That's facts. I remember watching like, what is going on, bro? Super Cube. We ain't gotta get into it, but Super Cube was one
All
of
of
the most
our
confusing
will had an ending.
anime I've ever watched. That there would just be like gaps between episodes where it's like y'all didn't even explain how we got here. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just jumped into this like next part of the storyline without like any like lead in or connection to the last episode. I'm like, is this like an anime sitcom? Like every episode is in the same verse, but it's just gonna be some different random shit every day. Like, I don't know.
And anybody that thinks solo leveling is bad, please watch Super Cube and then revisit if you think solo leveling is bad.
Hey, that
There
makes
was-
Super Cube so
Leveling
worse.
Up's like a solid 8.5 out of or 9 out of 10. compared to Super
Honestly,
Cube.
they couldn't have timed that any worse because like that was literally after was it Soul Leveling season 1 or 2?
Yeah,
That was after
season
season
two.
2. Literally after season 2, it was being like positioned as a similar or the next Solo Leveling or something. You know, really good animation. You know, story's lacking, but the animation's so good it covers. And then first episode banger, next episode mid. 5 or 6 banger. The rest of it is just like, is this the same story? Like, what is going on? Super Cube, dog. What a time! Dang, that was a year ago almost. That's crazy.
It was.
Time
Honestly,
flies.
I think it was kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because like, yeah, you compare it to Solo Leveling and it's terrible, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I think it got the hype it got because
Oh,
it was like
100%,
Solo
100%,
Leveling.
100%.
So that's why
maybe they knew what they had. Maybe they were like, you know what, our best bet is to ride off of Soul Leveling's hype and let these couple episodes that we got bang, and then after that, if we got some fans after that, maybe they'll go read the terrible Dong. All right, it's not. I don't know if it's terrible, but I was looking at some of the art. I think you showed it to us, Marcus. Marcus pulled the art from the Dongwa, and I'm like, what? They picked this? And I mean, honestly, the anime looks like the Dongwood 90% of the time. I get it.
The art did improve towards the end, though. I will say that.
They blew their load on the trailers. That was all we was getting.
Yeah, and honestly, the trailer was just the episode 1 and like
and
remix.
6.
Yeah, 1 and 6 remix. Yeah, literally. They ain't done
All
nothing on the trailer.
could never.
Hey,
peak. All the Bowering peak. That's peak. That's actually
all the Bowering was
peak.
genuinely peak. Genuinely peak. All the Bowering was genuinely peak. Even its down moments were still like respectable. It wasn't like what the episode going on. You know what I mean? Like it was
also like the story was like intriguing enough to like actually stay like
fire.
invested in it
fire.
too. Like I think like it emotionally had me attached to the story. Like,
honestly, the only cultivation story I've read I've liked better than that might be Inertia. You feel me? But the author's a dickhead, so we don't really, you know. No, I'm playing. Go check out Inertia. Volume 2 is coming soon. Written by the great King Kaisen. Ghost written by the great Jay Riddle. You feel me?
Ghost
put my
read by
girl
the
in the
great
story
Marcus.
and changed her to a man who's a villain. Just letting y'all know. That's how much of a dick Ken is. Nothing I'm saying is true, but the story is good enough for you to check it out. Oh, all right. Y'all want to go hit the comments? 104 hour, 4 minutes. Let's do it. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching this long. We still got 45 in the live on one side. 12, 20 on the other side. This your chance to get your hot takes off in the comments, and we'll see what y'all talking about. Demon Slayer movies got the blueprint. They can farm anime movies heavy. Shin, I'm not gonna lie, it's easier said than done. Demon Slayer had to build to that. It wasn't just like, oh, we gonna drop movies and farm off it. You gotta build to that. Even Chainsaw Man is a good example because Chainsaw Man was objectively better than Demon Slayer, but it didn't have the impact, it didn't have the sales, it didn't have, you know what I mean? It did well because it was so cheaply, the budget wasn't super high, so it wasn't a flop by any means. But it's just proof that you can't milk like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer built something that's generational. I'm not gonna lie.
Demon Slayer also had like 5 seasons of buildup?
Yeah, 4 seasons of buildup. Yeah. Them first.
I mean, if you really want to count that fourth one,
I like the hot shirt training arc. It was cool to me. That last episode really held it down because if it wasn't for that last episode, all my takes would have been terrible. That last episode sealed the deal. That last episode was generational.
That last episode was actually
Crunchyroll
crazy.
servers were fried that day. I remember. That
was a great time to be alive. That literally saved the whole season for me.
Oh yeah, because that was a season that Tower of Mid was supposed to carry. What else was supposed to carry? Why am I blanking on it? Fairy Tale. Yeah. Yeah, we thought. How you gonna come back, bro? Bro, because Fairy Tail it's an objectively good story. I mean, like it should, if it was animated like immaculately, that it would be way better. You know what I mean? But who animates that? What studio has that?
Yeah, bro, that shit has bounced around so many times, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Somebody said, do y'all think Kagurabachi is at its halfway point? I think we're gonna pass this one directly to Ken. Where do you think it's at, Ken?
I mean, yeah, I would assume so. I mean, like, because I ain't gonna lie. Because, like, normally if you're looking at, like, story structure, at, like, the midpoint, that's when the villain really kind of, like, asserts himself, and that's where him and, like, the MC clash, like, the first time. And generally, the MC loses. So, yeah, I would say that we're at the midpoint. And I ain't gonna lie, that man is just also, like, way too active right now for like it to be anything but the midpoint, because he's literally, all right, bet I'm taking over the Kananabe and I'm taking over the Hishaku. Y'all all about to work underneath me, and we're finna go kill the rest of these people. That's one of the most active late game villains. I've never seen him that active at the midpoint. Like, you know, we're there.
Next chapter, he about to kill the 2 enchanted blade users and
they're barbecue.
Give their blades to.
Question. If so we're at 106 chapters.
12.
112.
Yeah.
So say the next part 2 is 250 chapters long, would you still count this as the midpoint? Because it's
because it's not always
or?
like. I would still say it's a midpoint because it's still midpoints aren't always like exactly like 50%.
I got you.
Sometimes
I was curious.
There's a little like leeway in terms of like the pages and the chapter counts.
Okay.
But if he switches up his pacing and like actually has like better setups,
his pacing's fine, but I get what you're saying.
I think part 2 could end up being longer if he does that.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then it probably might be around the same length. But if he does, I could see it being longer. And part of me feels like, I feel like Shonen Jump tapped him on the shoulder and was like, hey, you're making a little too much money for us. We need to kind of extend this a little bit. So I feel like him going on that, which I really wanted him to do, going on that Smith training journey to become like the better Smith than his dad, I feel like is going to extend it a little bit longer. Because he's going to have to do that and become a better swordsman. So I feel like just off that proxy, it should extend it, give a better setup. That's me.
Yeah.
I don't even know though, because JJK Mojo might be changing manga when you put it like that. Because before they would make the Kishimoto be like, okay, we want you to, draw the style as long as you can, draw the war arc out, draw, you know what I mean? Like now you can just build a really like well-written world, a super interesting world, and be like, okay, give us another 60 chapters of a spinoff manga. We're gonna run with that. You know what I mean? It's still it's literally, the sequel to JJK for the most part, 6 years in the future. But at this point, you don't even have to drag out manga anymore. That's a better alternative to me too, instead of trying to like, get the writer to milk it. Let's just do a spinoff. Like Mojo might be changing the game with that. Like, I'm not saying to create spinoffs, but like,
But you also got to have a JJK base first.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. But JJK was short, too. I mean, it was only 260 chapters. 200. I mean, it's not, I guess it's not short nowadays.
It's a little bit, it's respectable.
Oh.
But
it's
like, it's not kaiju.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
But like also, like the current pacing Bachi it says, it feels like under 250. Current pacing Bachi says under 250.
Yeah, I would agree.
But if he can, because I'm just saying, because you got to think about it, like Elusive Samurai just had their last chapter. They got rid of some other people. They just brought in like 3 or 4 new mangas. We're gonna have to wait and see if they make it to the 20 chapter.
They might.
Anyway. Some of them might. I think that
I've been hearing good things about like all 3 of them. Honestly, like Alien Headbutt,
Hinato's. I feel like Kanato's Magic might have the best chance as of right now, but cause they're gonna have a lot of fresh new young blood shit in there, and they don't necessarily know if they're gonna like pan out.
Man, that's just Shonen Jump. They've been like that for the last 40 years. Next man,
I know, but I'm just saying, but like it's just a little weird.
Tax them. Hey.
It's just a little because like we got these 3-4 coming in. We're losing Elusive Samurai. Sakamoto Days is probably going to end in the next like 15, 20 chapters. It's in his final fight. Blue Box is in his final arc.
Yep.
One Piece is like they get however many breaks.
3 more years.
So like, and then we got Ichi. So they're gonna need something to kind of like help keep that going longer. And I feel like the way Bachi is and how much it's selling, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, hey, we're gonna make this part 1, and then we're gonna find a way to like maybe have you like extend it a little bit. Yeah. Because he's also not guaranteed another hit after Bachi. So
he's true.
Because we saw with Kishimoto. Like,
damn. Why you got to bring Kishimoto into this?
No, I'm just saying, like, niggas just not guaranteed another hit.
Ken. What's wrong with you? Yeah, it's been too much in the chat, y'all. It was a little bit of Kishimoto slander too. But YouTube has some really, really good topics though. One of them, LaRoche5580 said, "What do you guys think about Claymore? It's an old anime, but a hidden gem." Hey, I don't think I ever told you how I was introduced to Claymore. My old ass hood ass granddad. One day I just went over to, he was watching it. I had never seen him watch anime a day in his life. We never talked about anime or whatever. Like him and my cousins, he adopted my cousins or whatever, were watching it. And I'm like, what's this? They're like, it's Claymore. All I see is just like girls fighting with titties everywhere and stuff like that. And I was like, dang, this is cool. Me, I'm already a nerd. So I was like, oh, it's cool fighting, great animation, yada yada. But now that I'm older and I'm thinking, I'm like, why would my granddad be watching? Because they said he put it on. They said he found it and he was just obsessed with it. I'm like, that horny old man. Ain't no way. It's like that is a down badass anime. That's really
crazy.
good anime. It's a really good anime.
You really put your Gramps on the spot. You really said he was gooning to Claymore. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, no, for real. The rest of the soul, poor, hey, but he was definitely going into Claymore. There's now that I'm older, I didn't think about it back then. You know what I mean? You're a kid, you're just like, you know, whatever. Like, but now I'm like, I ain't never seen him watch anime after or before that. It was just Claymore. That was his whole anime. Like, I feel like he was just.
He saw some bad shit. He saw some fine shit.
He saw like, nice shit. Not for real.
You know what? I'm a devil.
No, literally. I remember the first time he was like, "You ever see this show called Claymore?" That's how he used to talk. Like, nah, what's this? I sit down, it's just titty. Like because their whole like outfits will rip off like by the end of the fight.
Oh yeah.
That's fire. Claymore is fire. I like Claymore. Burst Animanga said Red Pill. Yep. Fix a Pass anime. This is one of those you choose red pill or blue pill. Let me clarify that. Red pill, Fix a Pass anime to be 9 out of 10, or blue pill, make sure a future anime to be 9 out of 10. Which you taking and what anime? That's easy for me. Which I'll let y'all go. Cobb and yapping. Oh, actually, no, that's not as easy as I thought. Actually really.
I'm gonna take the red pill, Fix a Pass anime to be a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna choose T-Bait.
Hey, bro, you might want to save that in case they fuck up with Kagurabachi. You wish you had that pill back. I put that red pill in my back.
I need them to fix Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh yeah,
that is one of your faves. That is one of your faves.
I need them to fix that shit.
They do.
See, I didn't read. I think I only read half the manga or whatever, but I didn't read the second half, and I liked it. I liked it. Like, I've never.
No, the thing is, I enjoyed watching it, but reading it, they skip so much, and you're just like, damn, they skipped all of that. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
I take it back. It wouldn't be T-Bait. It would be Boruto.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Boruto is so close. If they didn't do that,
I didn't think Boruto anime bad though. That's the thing. Like,
no. It's bad when you look at the 280 episodes they made in order to adapt 80 chapters. Yes. I can't be mad at somebody that doesn't really know the manga. If you know the manga, then it's like, okay, I'm just skip it, half of it, whatever. But I wish they would have, and especially now I'm looking at 1,000 Year Blood War. If they would have animated everything to where every episode is consistent, there's no up and down. You know what I mean? Like that was a good one, Marcus. That was a good one.
The only reason I give Boruto a pass is because it fills in the blanks with certain other characters that the manga just doesn't really do.
Yeah, but it also introduces characters that are not even in the manga. So,
I mean, she's in the manga now.
Who?
Sumire.
Oh, I'm not even talking about Sumire. I'm talking about Awabe and Metal Lee.
Yeah.
And the glasses dude.
Dang, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the wannabe Kakashi, and that whole team, they're not even in the they just have so many anime exclusive
I don't know what
characters.
they're gonna do with that. I need somebody to explain to me how they're gonna do that. Like Boruto has written itself in the most unique hole I've ever seen in anime. Like you have a handful of characters that don't exist in the manga.
Yep.
The manga is going one direction. I mean, you can pull. It's hard. It'll be hard for the anime to make sense while you're completely ignoring a bunch of characters that had a lot of development in the first. Like it's not even like the Konoha 12 to where each of them kind of had their own character arc and it fizzled out like in a good way though. It wasn't like I was fine with not ever going back to Rock Lee's story because Rock Lee's story resolved itself.
My guy was just like also just a better version.
Yeah, and then my guy was just better.
Like in terms of like being strong.
Yeah, you feel me? But there are a few characters that were introduced that's kind of like and this is part of the problem, I think, was the fact that the writer switched halfway through or whatever. Because they should have.
Is that confirmed or is that still like a?
No. That was under. It was
confirmed. Yeah.
What was his name? I'm blanking on his name now. I hate it.
Was like the anime writer, or are we talking about the manga writer?
Anime.
Okay.
Or no, manga.
No, manga. What was it? It was Kodachi or whatever.
Kodachi. Yeah. I hate it. I hate his face. Kodachi.
Because
Yeah,
then they switched to Iki afterwards, or was it?
they switched to Kishimoto and then Iki. Yeah, they switched.
They
to
had like
Kishi
Kishimoto
and
like
Iki.
supervising.
Yeah. And then now Iki is kind of doing his own thing, like
Yeah.
80% of it, as far as you know. So like,
Okay.
I think Kishimoto was like, "Nah, y'all not about to ruin my legacy like this. I don't know what he's writing, but it is not going the right direction." Even though honestly, the first
It wasn't
I think
bad though.
No. I don't think it was bad, but I think Kishimoto as a writer was kind of like, "Where you?"
I
going?
will say
Where you
that
going
first
with
chapter
this?
though was a little. I feel like there wasn't enough in that first chapter. In the beginning of the first chapter.
I'm not. I can see that.
Like,
I'm not
I
mad
guess
at
like
it.
the flash forward part, cool. And then we just get Boruto. Like there wasn't really like strong conflict in that first chapter, which you get and it was just all him just being a crybaby. My dad sucks, and then
Which makes sense
that was
now.
pretty-
Like,
it makes sense now, but like I feel like afterwards, I don't know.
I was gonna say my biggest gripe with Boruto, I think, is like the fact that they introduced Kawaki that like in that flash forward. I don't think that itself was the problem, but I think the fact that it took so long to actually introduce Kawaki in the story, because it kind of made me go, damn, like where are they going with this kind of? That's what it was for me personally.
yeah, look, that was marketing PR. They're like, listen, we're about to introduce Boruto. Half of y'all don't like this nigga already. We're going to introduce Peak Deuteragonist. You'll see him in 40 chapters. So just hold on. Honestly, they kind of did that with Shippuden because we didn't see Sasuke for a minute. They showed him in that first episode, didn't they? And then after that, and then after that, we
That wasn't
they're
even
like,
like
Sasuke's
canon.
here.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He's still here, but we're going to go to the Sand Village for 30, 40 episodes. And then you're going to get the Sasuke Shippuden.
Shippuden was cool though because we got to see what's his name the blonde Akatsuki.
Oh yeah,
No,
Dieter stuff.
Because that from the jump, it was like, oh shit, they took Gaara.
Oh, they got right to it.
They got right to
it.
Shippuden was good with that. That's
yeah. But they were like, I think they kind of knew it was gonna be a little long winded to get to the actual scene where they finally confront Sasuke at Orochimaru's hideout. So they're like, we're gonna show you that this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back to Naruto, return to the village and the Sand Village, and then eventually. So maybe I think they were going for that kind of like thing. But
At least for the people who read the manga.
I feel like Kishimoto kind of got to a point. This is just my headcanon with Kodachi to where he was like, okay, you have all these elements kind of set up, but where are you going with it? And I think Kishimoto was probably like, where you're going with it doesn't make sense to where you started. Because I looking at the first few arcs, there are actually really good arcs. Now I think about it, like there wasn't a problem. I think they were concise actually, but I think he was putting a little bit too much on his plate that he didn't know how to resolve. You know what I mean? Because now we're trying to figure out where we work Code in. You know what I mean? Which Code was set up to be the big bad. Now Code is kind of like a joke character, which I still think he's going to be. I think something's going to happen to where he's going to get his time to shine.
He's going to get his get back.
But they were acting like Code was the boogeyman, and he got packed up. You know what I mean? Like twice. So, which was after Ikimoto and Kishimoto took back over. So we'll see. That was well worded, Marcus, as Twitter's most hated Boruto fan right now. You feel me? The most hated man by Boruto fans on Twitter outside of besides Tizzy, of course.
Well, if you consider him a Boruto fan,
I mean, he says he is, and then he slanders it. I love Tizzy, but hey, man, yeah, you got to be take it easy on my fandom before I have to intervene. I feel like a big uncle. I have to if I see a few more of those, I might have to step in and be like, whoa, nephew, No, I'm playing. But that's all I got, man. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Y'all good? All right. Appreciate y'all for watching the Worst Take Podcast. This was episode 75. It will be up on all platforms later on today. Make sure you guys go sub up to the YouTube. Follow the TikTok so you guys can stay up to date on when we go live, because it's really fun to have you guys in the comments live. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like helps fuels us, and it's just gives us a little bit of something to play back on, like energy wise. So appreciate y'all.
They funny as hell there too.
Y'all be cracking me up. I'm not gonna lie, y'all be cracking me up because like sometimes like they know like they can tell when I'll look at the comments, or I can tell when they look at the comments and start laughing. But we got to try to keep it.
Yeah, we got to keep the pod going.
So, yeah, keep it straight face. Like when Pens was dropping, it'd be like you oil up right now, bro. I'll be like, oh, get them. So appreciate y'all for watching. We'll be back next week again. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.